Welcome to Becoming PowHERhouse, where we discuss the tough lessons I've learned while taking my two companies from negative revenue to over 7 figures. We'll talk about the raw and vulnerable truths about being boss, as well as tips and strategies you can implement immediately for better business results. I'm your host, Nicholle Overkamp, the founder and CEO of Wilcox Financial Group and PowHERhouse Coaching. You can see links and other resources in our notes. Don't forget to head over to PowHERhousemoney.com to grab your free PowHER bundle for business and subscribe to our newsletter. Now, let's dive in to today's episode. Hi guys, Nicholle Overkamp here, co-founder of the MoxAI Co. And after over a decade of building a successful financial planning practice, I want to give you guys 10 tips, 10, this is big, to help level up your business. So let's get into it. Here's what you need to know. Number 1, stay humble. Sounds simple, not always easy as you grow and gain confidence, but it is so critical to not become overconfident and let that be your downfall. Always be aware of your weaknesses, be open to growth, be able to take constructive criticism. And one of my favorite questions to ask is, what am I not seeing? And what could possibly go wrong when making new decisions or looking ahead to make sure that I'm always putting myself and the company in the best position for a move forward. Next is having a clear vision. This is really important. You need to be able to articulate, not just to yourself, but to your team, where it is the company is going, importantly, where you want to go, so that way you can set clear strategic goals. And on that vein, having solid habits. Goals are going to set the path to of the vision that you create and making sure it is clear, but habits are what actually makes it happen. So that is really important as number 2. Number 3, remain open minded. So making sure that your strong beliefs anchor you, but be flexible enough to always have that elevate you as well. Be willing to pivot, embrace feedback, and always evolve with changes. And so it is okay to change, pivot, evolve, revamp. It is part of being brilliant in business. Tip number 4 is master your time. Oh, yeah. This is probably the biggest thing that entrepreneurs struggle with. And we even created a mini course around time management or priority management because it is the one thing that can really slow you down when it comes to accelerating success and, quite frankly, just feeling really fucking frustrated and exhausted. So you have to own your day, your time, run your calendar like a CEO, and have solid systems in place. So if this is a pocket of which you struggle and you're constantly feeling like you're on a hamster wheel or wishing for more time or days in your week, you should probably check out our mini course, but also make sure that you are putting together a clear schedule. You're paying attention to the things that maybe you should let go or that aren't serving you. And with your time, think of your minutes like you do dollars. That can be really helpful too as you're prioritizing. Busyness doesn't equal productive, and working all the time doesn't equal success either. So, really, really important one to pay attention to. Number 5, diversify your revenue streams. So think about, again, that word resiliency or becoming bulletproof in business. And if your company right now only has one main source of income, or you are that main source of income, how can you create more of a moat around yourself to have different ways that your business can generate revenue or income? Think, what if you're sick or you can't show up? Or think, what if the economy changes or something shifts within your business model, technology, or anything that could happen to potentially implode your current model if you're extremely over concentrated in one specific thing. So this may look like tweaking or adding different revenue streams. And so if you are a service-based business, for example, and you're just doing high-end one-on-one coaching, perhaps you develop a mastermind, or you do a membership program like we have, or you create online courses, or you have affiliate programs. There's a lot of different things that you can consider, and then knowing what that might look like, and then who can help you build it. If you're in a service based business, or I'm sorry, a product based business, and you just have one specific product, do you need to consider something different? Or sometimes this can also be a collaboration, you guys, but you just want to look at how diversified is your business and the revenue streams, and are you protected if something shifts? Number six, prioritize professional development. For our companies, one of our core values is learning. If you stop learning, we believe you start dying. But you have to be obsessive about the game that you're in. Always learning, always looking ahead, and constantly digesting new information, trends. What are the things that you need to keep the pulse on so that you can not only stay relevant, but outpace the competition? It's not about what you know, it's about what you don't know that is significant, and how that is going to help you direct the future of your company. Professional development is huge as well. And so that might be continuing education, more certifications. It might even be hiring a business coach. These things are really big in moving the needle because, again, it's easy to be blind to your own blindness. And then we know what we know, but we don't know what we don't know. And that's where hiring help, professional development, continuing education is really important. So never be afraid to invest in those things because it will help you remain dynamic. The next is making sure that you are leveraging technology and having automations in place. So, what in your business are you touching that feels like a bottleneck or it's redundant? Can it be automated? Can you leverage technology? That is literally why MJ and I created this company together, because we want to not only give you the critical things that you need to grow and scale your business and have this beautiful, profitable company with those business coaching tips, but leveraging AI, leveraging technology. And there is so much that you can do to save minutes in your day by literally using technology, putting automations in place in different AI tools, of which you're going to learn. One of them that we're going to teach you so much about is like ChatGPT, and the prompts that you got in what you just signed up for, those 10 prompts to leverage, save a ton of time. And it's also a way to help you, again, automate and use technology. Number eight, master your cash flow management. Arguably, I could have made this number one. Please note that these are not in order of priority here, but they're all very important when growing a successful company. And if you cannot master your cash flow management and you don't understand not only where your money is coming from or where revenue is coming from, but you don't understand the return on your investments into your business, or what your profit is, because profit is different than revenue. Keep in mind, profit is what you put in your pocket and take home. Revenue is that top line number. If you don't manage that, you could accidentally go out of business or feel perpetually broke or frustrated or like, holy shit, I have all this money coming in. Where is it going? Why am I not keeping any of it? Really critical. And the more you understand your cash flow, the more powerful you become in understanding where to deploy it, where to stop the bleed, and have confidence behind growing your team as well. And then number nine is understanding your zone of genius. So you need to understand and own what it is that you do better than anybody else. What is your zone of genius, and how can you double down on that and spend as much time on as possible on that zone of genius. Maybe it's the creative, maybe it's the selling, the business development, the sparkle in your company, whatever it is, spend all your time on that. And then start graciously delegating everything else to someone else. And that may mean hiring team members. It may mean reevaluating who is on your bus, right? Who is doing all the things that you shouldn't be touching, and what does that look like? Because if you look at your hourly rate, if you're in your zone of genius and breaking that down, I promise you, and it should be way more money per hour than it is doing other tasks that you can hire out for, even if it feels like a more expensive role. And we also have an entire module in our membership about your zone of genius, your zone of competence, zone of incompetence, and the four quadrants that we talk about all of the time, because often we can get stuck in the middle doing the things that we can do but isn't our zone of genius, right? And so be really, really self-aware of that and try to double down on it as much as possible to elevate the ability for you to grow. And then 10 goes right in line with this one, and it is valuing your team. Love them hard, believe in them, and don't be afraid to hire people smarter than you. One of my best business hacks early on was growing a team smarter than me. They love doing all the things that I hate doing, like am terrible at doing, or quite frankly, the things that I like but shouldn't be touching because it's not in my zone of genius. And so, not only hiring the right people, but valuing them, believing them, and allowing them to take extreme ownership in their position has allowed me to be in the best position to grow the company in a way that makes sense. So, when you are investing in this team, make sure you are telling them the good job that they're doing. You are loving them, and you are rewarding and investing in them, and leading with integrity. And so all of this comes down to the, trying to avoid the micromanaging, trusting in the people you hire, and allowing them to be part of your growth and success. So take these 10 tips, use them. And if you want more of a deep dive on any one of these, make sure that you head over to our membership, or, of course, engage with us on social. Tell us your favorite, tell us where you're stuck, because we are always here to support you.
Thanks so much for listening to Becoming PowHERhouse. You can find all of the links to our site and resources in the show notes. Let's connect on Instagram at PowHERhouse Money, and don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter at PowHERhouseMoney.com. Remember, I want to connect with you. I want to hear your thoughts and help you with all the challenges you're having. So engage, send me a DM. And of course, if you're loving this podcast, let us know and go ahead and hit the subscribe button and leave a review.